It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, June 15th, 2021, 7 a.m.
Beautiful morning.
It sure is.
I like these mornings.
Oh,
I like
I do
it like
too.
this.
Yeah. Oh, so nice. My goodness, nice and cool. I did
Yeah.
it again. Turned that
The
attic fan
cool
on about
nights
9 o'clock.
Yeah. It's the way it needs to be.
Oh, it's like camping. It's got all the windows open, got that cool breeze coming in. Wow. Yeah, so nice. Yeah, very blessed with the weather right now. And
I don't mind the heat. It's when the humidity gets involved
well,
that you
I watch
just
the
gets
dew
brutal.
point. You know, I always talk about the dew point. You know, and you can have like 60 or 70% humidity, but if that dew point starts getting between 65 and 70, that's when it starts getting sticky. You know, we've had dew points the last couple of days drop below 55, which makes it very comfortable. So
I like it. That's all I got to say about it. I like it.
Yeah, we're pretty and green around here. Plenty of rain has come through the system, and so you know we're doing pretty good. And then, did you know on this day in 1836, Arkansas becomes a state?
There you go.
There you go.
We're a state.
Yep.
In case people didn't know it.
Been around for a while. 1836, June 15th. Yep, we signed up.
We signed the dotted line. We are officially a state.
How long after that did the bridge at I-40 crack? They still working on that? What do you hear out of Memphis?
I hadn't even talked to anybody over there in a little while, so I'm not.
Bob Zador talked to either Senator Cotton or Senator Bozeman and said they were accelerating the.
Yeah, they found a way to fix it that would be a little bit quicker. So and so it's not going to be down as long as they thought it was going to be.
I think what they say, end of June or July, perhaps.
Something like
July,
that.
something
I don't.
like that, yeah.
Don't make me liar.
Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Hope your Tuesday, June 15th is off to a great start. Nice weather, cooler temperatures, lower humidity, and I will get the weather here in just a little bit, but we're very nice and green. If you're visiting the Twin Lakes area, we welcome you to Mountain Home or Cotter or Mountain View, wherever you're watching from, Bull Shoals area. Hope you have a great time here in North Central Arkansas. Vacation paradise.
There you go.
There you go. We'd love to have our visitors stop by, and hope you enjoy the Twin Lakes area. We're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. You can do the same thing with 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. Of course, you've got the main entrance to Baxter Regional Medical Center. You need to follow the COVID guidelines posted there. The volunteers will tell you what the guidelines are for COVID, if they still have it, what the CDC's telling the hospital.
At the hospitals, they still got to do it, but last time I went into the hospital, they got this thing right there. It scans you, and you go right in. So It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, it's quick.
So follow whatever the guidelines are there at Baxter Regional. And then, of course, you got Bomber Boulevard and 62 East Plaza, which are both drive-thrus. Brewed Awakening Coffee is the best coffee in town. If you don't believe me, stop by and try some Brewed Awakening coffee. And you can always stop by here at the studio. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive. Coffee pot's right back there. And you enjoy the best coffee in town. Mochas, lattes, frappuccinos, you name it, they've got it. They can espresso shots. They can mix whatever you want. For those that like pumpkin spice in the middle of summer and spring, they've got that too. Check out the cinnamon rolls, the scones, the apple turnovers, the cherry turnovers, the muffins, all types of muffins from pumpkin to blueberry to banana nut. All of them are good. My goodness, they're all really, really good.
I like their muffins, and I like their cinnamon rolls. Both of them I've had, and I really do enjoy them.
Between you and Bob Zador with the cinnamon rolls and Bob Rechtenwald with the apple turnovers, I think we could come out with a wrestling match over who gets what with.
There you go.
So funny. Anyway, check out Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and the staff do a great job at all 3 locations. If you'd like to have Brewed Awakening coffee at home, ask them to grind up some beans, half pound, 1 pound, pound and a half or more. A little bit more expensive than what you pay for the coffees at the grocery store, but if you want the best coffee in town, it costs a little bit more money. Like Mike says, hey man, we are real coffee. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the very best coffee in town. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, you talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, anyone there can help you. And perhaps people out there that I have not met yet that can help you just the same. It's a very difficult job they do, but they do it so well. You see with all our respect printed on the screen. And that's how they do business on a daily basis. With all our respect, very caring, loving, and understanding. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, when a loved one passes away, everything changes, especially when it's a spouse. Losing a husband or wife can be devastating. Today, my prayers for State Representative Jack Fortner and his family in the loss of his wife, Pam. Lord, life will be so different now, especially in 5 or 6 months at Thanksgiving or Christmas. So my prayer is you help the Fortner family through these hard times. I pray you give them hope, peace, and comfort. It's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funerals of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
All right, now Dale, we've got a.
She's got too much dignity for
we
that.
got a special guest that's coming here today. Nelda, hold on. Now, when she came in, she specifically asked if she could do the weather trumpet. So I'm going to bring her on.
Now, wait a minute. She's a Republican.
She can still do a trumpet?
Yeah, but you said she can't.
Huh? There she is. She's going to do the trumpet for the weather.
Hey, that is not fair.
Well, let's see. He's done it to the county judge and the mayor so far. Now the state rep. Boy, your taxes are going to be so
I know.
high.
My taxes are going to be terrible. I'm going to put this on 3 screen here so we can get a good shot of her.
He's very kind.
All right.
Early in the morning.
All right. On the count of 3, you're going to do the best trumpet sound you can do. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Record that and use it tomorrow.
And by the way, that is recorded. So.
Thank you. Maybe I woke my husband up.
Well, let's see. The mayor, the judge, did you do it? The sheriff. You done to John Montgomery?
All right.
Yes, my taxes are going to
Now,
be shot.
He has to say who done the best job.
Oh, actually, what I need to do is go through all the recordings and let's do a little reel of everybody doing their trumpet, and people can vote on it.
Oh my. And we went a trip to Hawaii.
There you go.
You're in so much trouble.
I know. My taxes just went out the window. Why did my home price double? I'm paying twice as much as I did last year in taxes.
Morning weather brought to you by the ZT. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Realtors you recommend to a friend. Check out retiretoarkansas.net. That's where we find you're drinking on camera.
I was about to take a drink, and then there you go. Oh, you want the
White River, not me.
Yeah.
The White River.
There
it
you go.
is.
There
Yeah.
it is.
People want to see the White River, not me. Okay.
The trumpet threw me off.
You're not good. Not used to one that good, are you? Cameras mounted in Marion County, Arkansas, looking across the river to Baxter County and Cotter, Arkansas. You see the 62-412 bridge on the left side of the screen as the river comes around the bend, around Cotter. And you see the baseball park there, the little clearing baseball park, Railroad Museum there in Cotter. You can go to retiretoarkansas.net, pull up the live webcam, and look at this all throughout the day. What a beautiful shot today on the White River. Mm-hmm. And a little camera icon at the lower right-hand side of the screen where you can take a picture of the live stream, share it with family and friends, and there's an update coming up.
There's actually somebody floating down it. It went behind a tree, but
Where'd you see that?
it was right down at the very bottom. But he just went behind a tree.
Somebody down there fishing, yeah.
Yep.
Wow, yeah.
What a beautiful morning to be out there on the river
don't
fishing.
Don't you know the beautiful White River? Wow. So you can go to retiretoarkansas.net
There it
and
is.
look at the live webcam. Yeah, there it is. Yeah,
He's
sure it
going
is.
back up.
Yep. Going upstream.
Now, this has got to be tough. I mean, put yourself in Bob Zador's shoes.
Oh.
You have to wake up in the morning, sit on your deck, and see this every morning. I mean, it's got to be tough.
It's got. Yeah. Suffer.
Suffer.
Anyway, while you're at retiretoarkansas.net, check out all the listings with the Z-Team, Century 21 Lemac Real Estate, and all the multiple listing service numbers, both in Arkansas and Missouri. The Z-Team's ready to serve you in both states, whether it's Gainesville or Mountain View, Arkansas, or Mountain View, Missouri, or Marshall, all points in between. And I'll tell you what, they're moving between 93 and $97 million have sold in this MLS service area.
It's crazy.
I mean, we're coming up on the 6-month mark. I mean, we've got, 2 more weeks and we end June. Yeah. And we're at the point now where 2 years ago we were at the end of the year. We're pushing
Yeah.
90, 93, 94, 97 million dollars by November, December of 17 and 18. We'll it'll
And
be
you would
200 million
think
by the end
with
of the year.
as low as the MLS is, you would think things would be, but there's just enough people
Yeah.
still putting their homes that it's keeping that
Keeping it
rolling,
going. Yeah.
and it's just amazing.
It
I mean,
is.
they're doing an amazing job.
Oh, the Z Team for all your real estate needs. Busy, busy, busy. I tell you what, check them out. The Z Team, 870-405-0793. Check out the website, retiredarkansas.net. Realtors you recommend to a friend. Bob and Linda are your professional full-time and a half.
Full
real
time and a
estate.
half. That
I
makes
mean,
sense.
it's all the time. It's just, I mean, it could be 10, 15 at night and they get phone calls. They actually put a sign in the yard. It lasted 75 minutes. The house sold. Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Right now, 71 in Mountain Home, 69 at Harrison, 70 at Batesville and Salem, 71 at Calico Rock, 67 at Flippin. Wow, 64 at Marshall, but 70 at West Plains and around the region. St. Louis at 64, Poplar Bluff at 72, while Springfield's at 70. And not much difference between here and Watford City, North Dakota. 64 degrees there. It's about 1,400 miles north. On the national radar, we got shower activity, of course, in northern Idaho, northeast Washington. It stretches down from Montana into Nebraska. And places in Montana just seeing unbelievable heat, well above 100 degrees, 103, 104, and higher than that. Then you see a front that stretches all the way down from Tampa, Florida. It's off the coast of North Carolina, Washington, D.C., and off the coast of New York and Boston, all the way up into the New England area. Of course, not affecting us at all. Arkansas and Missouri, well, we'll pick up a little bit of Oklahoma shower activity right there. You see just to the east of Bartlesville, but in Arkansas, it's picking up a little bit of shower activity around the Pocahontas area in northeast Arkansas. I don't know if that's actually hitting the ground. It's in the northeast part of the state. Overall, everything's clear right now. 62, 412 east and west is clear. Highway 65 to Branson. From Little Rock, Highway 67, 167, Little Rock, Searcy, Batesville, Pocahontas, and on up into Missouri. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555, 530 in Arkansas. Clear at this time. I-155 to Dyersburg from Kennett, then 412 to Jackson, I-40 Memphis to Jackson in good shape. A little bit of shower activity, like I said, over here around Bartlesville, Oklahoma, moving up into Missouri. Highway 60 and 160 west from Poplar Bluff, Branson, Springfield in good shape. Highway 67 to St. Louis, 65 Springfield and on up in to the northern part of the state, along with all the interstates, 49, 44, 70, 35, 55 in Missouri, clear at this time. Southern Illinois, I-64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois, and then I-57 to Cairo, I-24 at Paducah, no problems there, and Highway 51 at Union City, Tennessee, all clear at this time. Let's see, we got a little bit of a heat advisory in Texas and Louisiana. There's a few counties in east central Texas and the central part of Louisiana. Nothing for Arkansas or Missouri at this time. 7-day forecast. We should still be basically clear today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Temperatures range from 90 to 95 degrees throughout the week. 90 on Saturday with some chance of showers coming through there. Excuse me. We'll get to the allergy report here and find out why I'm coughing so much today. Well, we got a little icon popped up here in the middle of the state. Let's see what happened here. I show you this so you know what to do. You just click on this little thing here and it'll tell you what the incident is. This is an accident at mile marker 127.3 on Interstate 30, reported by Arkansas Department of Transportation, eastbound lane. It's on the right shoulder, and so there's a little bit of slow traffic around the Benton area. Other than that, everything in Arkansas is doing well. Once again, we talked about the I-40 bridge at Memphis, and they're getting it fixed as fast as they can. Taking a look at Mountain Home real quick. Highway 5 North, we go to full screen here. You see the Exxon station there and traffic moving towards Baxter Regional Medical Center and Baxter Lab for work. Cars going through the light without any issues. Cardinal Drive looking east, we have minimal traffic there. Traffic moving pretty well as you look east. You see Century 21 Lemac Real Estate right here. And minimal traffic right there. And then the final shot, of course, be Club Boulevard. This is a pretty shot in the mornings. And you can look at, get the wide shot here. Clay Maxey Chevrolet right down here. Holly's Jewelry right here. And, of course, Baxter Regional back over here among the mountains looking into the city of Mountain Home. And let's see what looks out of that. Missouri Department of Transportation. Everything looks good in the state of Missouri once the program loads. Gets a little bit slow here. And no, there's just one flood watch box between here and Springfield. It'll be a low water bridge on one of the state and county highways, so be careful there. Norfolk Lake at 572.92. They're 20.92 feet above the full pool of 552. Bull Shoals at 689.25. They're 30.3 feet above the full pool of 659. Your pollen index today is 6.5. Grasses, Dock, and Mulberry, 6.4 tomorrow, so it drops a little bit. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 86 points, closing at 34,393.75. Crude oil prices, I'm afraid to look. Oh, geez, that hurts at the pump. 71.54. Minus 18 under Donald Trump. Come on, people. Man, 71.54. Wow. Don't forget about the Dream Network. Once it loads, speedy my computer. The Dream Network helps women and children in desperate situations, prepare individuals and organizations, give them to meet the needs in the community, and partner with the community to help children realize their gifts and ability to pursue their God-given dreams. If you can help the Dream Network, find out more about it, you go to thedreamnetwork.org. You can read their story, what they're all about. They have several different things posted here you can read through, and be sure to donate if you can help them at all. Real quick, we got some community calendar. We're finally getting some activities going on. Dad's Day at the Amp, June 19th at 1424 West Main in Cotter. Bring a lawn chair. You have Unspoken, JJ Weeks, interactive outdoor events, fun for the whole family, food trucks, Ozark Christian Bow Hunters, John Jacobs, Next Generation Power Force at 545. A lot of things going on there. Then today, Baxter County Food Distribution and COVID-19 Vaccination Clinic, June 15th, which is today, excuse me, from 3 to 6, while supplies last, no appointment needed, First United Methodist Church parking lot. This is at 605 West 6th Street. We call it West Road here in town. There will be food boxes available for 300 families, as well as 300 doses of J&J one-dose vaccine. The vaccine will be available for no out-of-pocket expense to eligible Arkansans age 18 and up. Bring an insurance card if you have one. You need to call for more information. The Baxter County Health Unit, 870-425-3072. With that, we'll take a break. Nelda's going to get her ball bat out and put a knot on his head for doing the trumpet. We'll be right back. State Representative Nelda Speaks, our guest today. Be right back.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home. Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
It's almost 7:21, and we want to welcome our good friend, State Representative Nelda Speaks, District 100, and what a session.
It was a long one. But we did accomplish a lot. I think we done a lot to protect from the overreach of the federal government. And
Same with that, like 60 to 70% of everything
yes.
is just trying to sweep up that mess.
Was trying to protect, and so we done a lot of good things. You know, at first I thought, we're just covering just certain things, but as you look back and you started looking at the session, and you see that we accomplished a lot. We really did.
Once you get past the COVID and the COVID overreach, there were some good things that went through.
Yes, it really was. We protected our children, families, and so I thought it was a very good session. In spite of COVID and everything else, I was so thankful when we got our shots and we could open it up and live like.
Get rid of the plexiglass.
Yes, that was trying to see through that and keep up. It was very bad. I was thankful I was on the front row, and you didn't have to look through about 2 or 3 of the plexiglass, and it could almost make you kind of dizzy, at times. And so I didn't have to do that.
Kind of that prism effect.
Yes. And
prism, not in.
But I never understood it, to be honest. I do serve on the House Management, and they wanted to do it. And my first thing was, how much is this going to cost us? And because I know COVID was real, don't get me wrong. But we just overreacted in a lot of areas.
That's what I think, too.
And they had it up to where we were kind of boxed in, but it would end right here. And then I had they were right here on both sides.
But I went into one of the stores, I forget which one, but I think it was Dollar General. And they got the plexiglass right here. I said, there's no glass here. Well, we know. So the germs can't travel here, but they will travel here.
Right.
And they can't travel under, and they can travel over, but they're going to travel right here.
I don't know. There's a lot of things that we're going to look back, I believe. As time goes along, we're going to find out more and more. But the thing that really bothered me is, because I had a lot of people that constituents that was contacting me. They couldn't be with their loved ones as they were dying.
Oh.
And that's, no one should have to be by themselves when they die. I know the nurses are wonderful people, and they give so much, and I appreciate them and that, but that's still not family. And it doesn't solve in the family's life what they've missed at those last hours. But we did pass a law that they can't do that again, that no one should be left behind like that. And I think that was one of the good laws that we got passed. But we passed several laws that were real good. I got to carry one. Of course, education has been my thing. for the last few years, because that is what we're going to have to get our children up to speed, and where they can go out and meet up against the national level and that. But anyway, the education came to me and wanted to do a bill, because we'd been talking for several years about compiling all the information for kids that's going to college, to where they could go to one place without having to dig all of these areas to see what is it going to cost, what's each college, they excel in different areas, and if you're going into that area, then have that, and just different things that would help that student and also parents in making those decisions. And we passed a law. Education has compiled every bit of that into one area, and as a senior or as a junior, you can get all that information and where to go and look and have every bit of it right before you. And so to me, it was a wonderful bill for the students. And there was we passed the bills, as we all know, that churches could not meet. That's against our Constitution. And so we passed some laws that cannot happen again. Churches will remain open if that's what they want to do.
Give them their own discretion.
Yes. Let's bring it back home.
That's what really bothered me is, now wait a minute. The governor is saying we can't do this and can't. No, last time I looked at that Constitution, we're free people here.
We were losing a lot of our rights, and I think we're adults. I got to hear just, I think it's been a week ago, this Governor Norm from she's from South Dakota.
Yeah.
And I admire her. She is strong, and she said, who am I to make a decision what is essential and what's not in businesses?
Yeah.
And I know people's feelings are very hurt because they were ruled not essential. Well, and she said, people are old enough, they can make their own decisions.
Well, and when it comes back down to it, and people have asked me, what would you have done? Okay, very simple. You got 75 counties in Arkansas, you got a judge.
Right.
Let them run their own county. Because when the governor put Baxter in with Washington and Benton County, 130, 140 miles, it's like, now wait a minute.
I know.
We don't have the influx of the Spanish community and the Mexican people over there, like Tyson and some of that stuff. So why are you going to say Baxter, Marion, and Boone and on west that you have to comply with what they're doing in Washington and Benton counties when they had 10 times, 20 times more than what we did in positive admissions?
Well, and they're just a much larger area than what we are. I agree. Government is local.
Mm-hmm.
It's the local government that is the closest to the people.
Mm-hmm.
And that they're hearing from their constituents much more than what I feel like I hear a lot from my constituents, and I'm thankful, but they can go right to the courthouse.
Sure.
Talk to the judge today.
Well, and you look at it, you got Baxter Regional, outstanding facility. Okay, Mr. Peterson could have called the judge can get a hold of the governor can get a hold of the state health department. We've got a problem in Baxter, but we don't have it in Marion, or Fulton, or Sharp, or Izzard, or, and let each county handle it in their own way.
Well, I am for local government, and as much as you possibly can be. I think it should come back down in the schools to school board.
Sure.
They're elected. Your county judge, all of those are elected by the people, and so they are the closest. They know what the heartbeat of what's going on much more than what we do in
especially when
Little
you're
Rock.
talking about the school systems, because in my opinion, I'm just going to express my opinion, but if you want to disagree, that's fine. But, and take this the right way. When people in Little Rock are trying to make a decision, they can only see Little Rock, Pine Bluff, Conway. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't reach out to Calico Rock all the time, or they don't reach out to Southeast Arkansas. There's a difference in Southeast Arkansas to Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, very
Big
much.
difference. Southwest Arkansas to Northeast Arkansas, totally different. Mountain Home would be totally different than El Dorado, while Harrison would be totally different than West Memphis.
Right.
So when you're judging everything, we had a group of folks here one time, I think it was with some Veterans Administration people, and they said, all you got to do is come to Little Rock. I said, why does Little Rock think that they control everything? And, see what I'm trying to say here? Arkansas doesn't revolve around Little Rock. That just happens to be the capital.
No. And
but life, it's funny. You go from Mountain Home west, the lifestyle is totally different than if you go Mountain Home east.
true.
You look at your livelihood. You go west on 62. You've got cattle farms, poultry, you got chicken, and of course and turkeys, and you just have wide open space. Where you go east, and by the time you get around Imboden, Ravenden, you're starting to get into crops.
Right.
And by the time you get to Paragould and Jonesboro, you got rice all over everywhere.
It's true.
Different lifestyles. So let the local people handle it.
Let them handle it, and I know that there are things that have to happen
Sure.
and changes, but as much as you can give it back to the local, they're going to answer to their constituents.
Yeah. I don't know. Y'all had your hands full with this one. It just seemed
We did. Of course, we passed some laws that we caught a lot of flack over, but there was one. If I summed everything up and I looked, of course, taxes is always very important. But one of the laws that we passed this time was to protect children from sex change, and who would have ever thought you would have to deal with something like that? But
it's kind of like this. The switch is either on or off. You're either a boy or a girl. There's no girl 0.5 or guy 0.3. It's
God didn't make mistakes.
no.
But we dealt with that, and because you've got parents taking, not local, but we're dealing with the state, and we're dealing with things coming into our state too. I mean, and taking them and having sex changes done on them, and then as they get older, they don't fit in, and they're having problems, but they can't go back.
The problem with not fitting in is right here. This is how we communicate. Now this was meant for basic communication. A lot of it being some personal, but business communication. We talk. Hey, you're on the show on the 15th. You talk, I'll be there. But you'll be surprised how many people can't sit and just remember the days that come on over, have a glass of iced tea, sit on the front porch when it was nice weather in the evening, sit and visit. You don't see that anymore.
Well, kids are sitting next to each other, texting to each other, and we're losing communications.
Yeah.
And that's where parents keep up with a lot of things, and that is through the communication with their students.
But now, how much of this is suggestive? How can I word this? Somebody that's not popular that wants to be noticed, and they can hear these suggestions because TV's full of this stuff.
Oh yes,
it's just a constant barrage of stuff, And so, how much, Well, I think I'm going to identify as a gay person. Maybe they'll give me more attention. I don't know what's going on here, but it's just.
I don't either, and it's a different world than what I was raised in. I'm thankful for my upbringing. I really am.
Oh, me too.
And I wished today that everyone could have what we had. You didn't worry about anything.
Oh, my
You
goodness.
were children, and you had a wonderful time. And you played house, you played dolls, and the boys, they
We were either playing baseball or riding bike. Yeah, war. Played. My dad whenever Dad would service the car, he didn't have jack stands, but he had car blocks, and he'd set the frame. So we take when he's at work, we take those blocks, and we build bridges out of them, ride bikes over it. We'd have the whole neighborhood in the
Yes,
front.
right.
You know, it was a lot of fun. It was just a giggle about it.
But there was other laws that we got passed. I tried to look this morning for just a little bit, and last night, one of the things that was really good with all the money that was coming into our state, we were able to help businesses. Businesses suffered through this, our small mom and pop businesses. And we were able to relieve some of that for them. There was enough money to do that and try to help them with their income tax, money that they got, and that and I thought was really was well thought through to look out for them. And I think they're still having problems. And of course, I don't know what date it was, but the unemployment, I am thankful our governor made the decision to stop the federal, that we've got to go back. We got to get back to work.
We got to get back to work.
And now it's sad that they're having to pay people to come to work, to give them a bonus.
It's almost, we'll give you $1,000 to fill out this ad.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Let me pause right here. We're running a little bit behind. A lot of good information from Nelda Speaks. We're going to take a quick break and get more good information right after this. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
We are back with State Representative Nelda Speaks, District 100, and what else? You got I see some highlights here. What do you got?
Well, I'm just looking through, because you forget all of this. We've been out of session, and I've been working with constituents and on other things and trying to help them get things that they're needing. Mm-hmm. And you forget some of the things that we passed. And, of course, broadband is, for us to get our state up to where we need is broadband, but the expense of that, and I was thankful that they have put some of the COVID money, one-time money, into broadband to get it out into the areas, that rural areas. And Act 67 allowed the cities and counties and all of them they could come together and make their money go further with the broadband. And so
they combined the monies?
Yes, they combined. It was to establish, provided to expand broadband services for those who do not have services, and they could work together and pool their money together and make it go a lot further.
One question I have, I'm rattle some cage doors here. NEXT through North Arkansas Electric Cooperative is doing an outstanding job with 100 Up, 100 Down.
Yes.
But folks that are on Entergy Corporation Power Company can't get it because, you're not on. So why that brick wall?
I don't know, and I'm sure that they'll work on that.
And Scooter probably knows more about that than I do because they work with that.
I've been to different meetings that he put on. I think about my first session down there, he had all the legislators in this area, North Arkansas Electric, yeah. And so he had us to come to Salem, and he started talking about some of the things that they were working on, which now we're beginning to see take place. And so a lot of it, broadband is really it's deep, and I don't understand it. We've got one of the representatives down there has so much knowledge, and I lean to him on a lot of the things, bills and that we pass, because he does have so much knowledge. But I've been able to see all those little fibers that is like a hair, maybe.
Fiber optics, yeah.
It's really, but I've learned a lot, but I'm very shallow in the broadband, and but they've been working on this a long time to get to where we are today, and I know they're just doing as money comes in. I mean, it's so expensive laying the cable and all of the things that they're doing. But I do believe that they're going to be able to get out into the rural areas because of being, with their poles and different things than what we've been able to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope we can come up with things, because these people that's in valleys and the signals is going over the top of them, and
Scooter deals with that all the time.
I've listened to people that's out in the, rural mm-hmm. areas, and it's and they said we can't even get a signal,
Sir, where would that be? Searcy, Newton County, Jasper area? Is that pretty?
There's a lot of areas around here that they have that issue. I mean,
Really?
just go down some areas off Push Mountain Road. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
right out our back door, you're going to have areas that are hitting
Is that right?
valleys and stuff where they're just not accessible.
Really?
Well, travel on the highway and see your signals on your phone. That gives you some
East or west?
Yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
where you think places that you would think coming out of Little Rock that you could, somebody's trying to get a hold of you and you're trying to answer and you have no services. So it begins to see, you can see kind of what it's like
Right.
out here in these rural areas trying. And it's been really hard on children through this COVID mess that was trying to work from home, parents having to take them to McDonald's or someplace where they could get a signal. And that's happening even today. So it's really, I don't understand all of it, but I know we're going to have to do better in what we're doing.
If you're in town or you're in, one of the NAEC networks or something like that, it's easy to take it for granted.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can just go online. But you're right. How important this is to have in every home for the kids that when there's things that go on and they need to work from the house, they need to be able to get online. More and more people now are working from home. That's one
right.
thing COVID did was allow people to work from the house, don't come in. And a lot of businesses are realizing that I don't have to have this big building. These people work from, and a lot of people are remaining working from home, but they got to have internet and accessibility
True.
to do that. So it is vitally important to be able to get it out there. I know that NAC's done a lot of breakthroughs as far as getting out into some of these rural areas, and they're looking at expanding,
Yes.
and for us, like he was talking about how we've gotten into it. We've been doing it more. We started in Harrison quite a few years ago, where we broadcast a signal out from our TV tower, and we can come to your house and put a little hub in, and then bring the line in, a little radio, and that way we can get you Wi-Fi, because there's so many people out there that there's just nothing. I mean,
Right.
they don't have a way to access. And we just started doing it around the mountain home areas, and our target is for areas that aren't in an AEC, or areas that aren't covered by, these cable. We don't want to. We're not trying to compete.
No.
We're just trying to give people access who don't have it.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I attended every evening. We would get together around 8 o'clock and go through bills that we were going to be dealing with and voting on the next day. And of course, you get to learn a lot about that bill because people come in and they talk to you about, they're running the bill and they tell you all about it, and you actually are very educated when you get in there to vote on that bill. Or I felt that doing this. Well, we had one of the legislators, she lives about 50 miles out of Little Rock, and so we were going, she had, I think, barbecue and that, and we all got together, and the Republicans and that was in the House, and we were going to go through the bills before we left there that night. And I took my hotspot, but I had trouble even, now she's only 50 miles out of Little Rock, I had trouble keeping that hotspot running to where I could watch, keep up with the bills. We were having to pull them in. We didn't know what they were. Because they were just each day at the end of, when they finish up with a committee, then those bills, we were at the very end, we were acting on them the next day. And so, of course, we had no idea what bills those were without getting on the computer and pulling that up.
Goodness.
But so you begin to see, and I think a lot of time people who live in Little Rock, they have no idea what it is like for traveling, for the legislators traveling back and forth and trying to use their phone and trying to do, they begin to, when they come out and they come up this way, they begin to see what it is. You get in the heels, I say, and you lose a lot of your services.
Yep. I know. Life revolves around Little Rock.
Not really. They just think it does.
Give us one more before we take a break. What else can we?
Well, we did act on, at the end of the session, the last day, the day, I could do this afterwards. It's going to take a little while.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take a break now then.
All right.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with Nelda Speaks after this.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because they don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Not for the long session,
okay.
Right?
It was for the bill that the governor vetoed at the very end of the session. And we did, we began to find out when he vetoed that bill. And I have no problem. I guess I voted against every bill that he's vetoed. I voted for it. I mean, I felt like it was a good bill, and I can do that. Not that I enjoy it. I don't mean that, but I believe that if it's a good bill, I don't care who vetoes it or what, that I'll still stay hooked with that bill. But he had vetoed this bill, as everybody knows, and we were having, it was so much coming at us on this to vote for it, and I had intended to vote for to override it. But then we began to hear all of the things that was in that bill that was really bad. And so I began to ask questions and try to research to see, because at that point we had not heard one thing about it. And we're getting ready to close down. We were to close down the next day, I think it was. And so we were sitting going through the bills that night, and we had talked about this bill, and we had heard that in the bill there were 800 federal cases that if we overrode that bill and voted for it and it passed, those cases may never have been heard, and they'd had to turn them loose. And I found out later they were bad, needed to be acted on. And so
So was the veto a blessing in disguise?
It was a blessing. It really was. One of the other things.
So how many pages was that bill? Was this something that was kind of slipped under the door at night or
well,
something?
you didn't know those bills. You didn't know that. And what was happening is it's a way that when they wrote the bill, they backed it up to go so far back to cover so much stuff. And at that point, when that bill became law, all of this stuff that had been acted up, was laying out there to be acted on, it fell by the wayside. And I was sitting there and I was so torn. I thought, there's no way I can vote for this. But I have all of these people back home that is wanting this bill. And it's...
But see, and let's explain. We're running out of time here. We've got 4.5 minutes, but in the state of Arkansas, once a bill has a title and it's approved by the Attorney General and I think the Lieutenant Governor, they both have to, or Secretary of State.
No, not on that. Now, you're talking about on election laws.
Is that what that is?
That is election laws. Okay. These are just bills that they're supposed to tell what's inside that, but they
don't, because they can change the body of the bill without changing the description.
And you've got to really go through and try to digest. But you couldn't pick up all of this stuff because it wasn't in that bill, but it was just what was going to happen. And I really try very hard to listen to the constituents. If it's very important to them and they're letting you know, I just hate to go against them. But I sat there that day that this bill came up, and we knew that there was like 3 things. But the huge thing to me was those 800 federal cases sitting out there. And I thought, well, and I'd done a lot of praying about it, and I thought, there's no way I can vote for this. And I'll just have to go back home and try to explain and to do. And
the part of the bill that you wanted, but there's other parts in there that you couldn't accept.
Yes,
I mean, once you accept, you get 100%. You just can't do a 60-40 split.
What we felt that bill covered was to protect us from the overreach of the federal government. Now, that's what it was all about. Well, they came to us and they had another bill that they had rewritten, and they took everything they could out of that bill and put into that one. And it was a much better bill because it protected all of the things that we were having to deal with, especially those 800. Yeah. And I have since asked our prosecuting attorney, and he said, "Oh, Nelda, those were bad people. And if that had happened, they'd have just been turned loose." And so anyway, I signed on to that bill. Well, we had to come back in and meet after midnight, 12:01, because the law states, or ruling says, that bill has to be out there for a day in order for
I remember y'all were at 12. I remember.
So I found out that there was people saying we were getting ready to do some things that we weren't supposed to. And they were getting kind of concerned about it. I thought it was so funny. But the bill passed, and I hope that the citizens that just like me, that we have to protect ourselves from the overreach of the federal government. They want to take our guns. They want to take freedom of speech, the things that's so dear to us. And but this bill took care of that. We still have, it leaves up, I think, at our Attorney General is to look at all of these things to work with it. But that was a bill that probably was one of the hardest bills that I dealt with this whole session.
Wow.
And we lived with that for 24 hours or more.
Wow.
Well, we found out he vetoed it on Friday after we got home. And then
Real
we
close
had
on time.
all weekend.
Wow. Thank you for being here. We need to have you
It's
back
been
to finish this
fun.
up. We
Thank
ran out of
you.
time. My goodness.
Oh, there's a lot of good
I
stuff.
bet there. We'll get you back in here
That's
soon.
why I love it so.
We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Nelda, for being here.